Hey guys, so we're moving on to the next set of notes in Unit 3. And remember, Unit 3 is all about solving multi-step equations. So now I'm going to teach you how to solve equations that have parentheses. So remember from Unit 1 that when you have parentheses in an equation, that you have to use what is called the distributive property, which again is taking that 2, in this example, on the outside, or that number on the outside, and multiplying it into both pieces on the inside, okay? So you have to multiply it into both pieces on the inside so that your final answer is an expression with an addition or subtraction sign in it. And then when you're going to actually solve an equation, the first step, these are all the steps that you would take to solve the equation. So first step is to use that distributive property, okay? So multiply that 2 into both pieces so that you get 4v plus 18 is equal to 50. Then what you want to do is they say to subtract 18 from both sides. So what you're really doing is you want to get your numbers onto the right side of your equation, okay? So in order to do that, I would have had to subtract 18 in order to move my number 18 onto the right side because it was on the left. And then what I want to do is I want to simplify. So get your numbers on the right side, and then what you want to do is what they call simplify, which is you're down to a one-step equation. 4v is equal to 32, and 4v means multiplying, or 4 times v. So we have to do the opposite, just like we did in one-step equation problems, and we have to divide both sides by that 4. So we're going to divide both sides in order to solve the equation. So then we get a final answer here of v equal to 8. Okay, so get your numbers onto one side and then solve by doing the opposite. Remember, when we're solving equations, we have to do the opposite operation in order to solve. Okay, so if you look at your first example, in your first example, we have 2 on the outside multiplied into x plus 3 is equal to 16. First step is to get rid of the parentheses, so use the distributive property. So take this 2 and multiply it into both pieces. If I do that, I get 2 times x plus 2 times 3. And then to simplify that even further so that I can see what it looks like, 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 3 is 6, and then set that equal to 16. Now we go about solving. So remember, the next step is to get your numbers onto the right side. So since I have a plus 6 over here, I'm going to minus 6. Again, these are two-step equations, so I'm still getting rid of the adding and subtracting first, then the multiplying and dividing. So if I minus 6, I now have 2x is equal to 10. And then I'm going to get rid of the multiplying by 2 here, and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I'm going to divide by 2, and I get a final answer here of x equals 5. That is our final answer. Okay, so get rid of the parentheses first by distributing, and then work on solving your two-step equation. Let's try the next one. So in the next one, we have 3 times 2x plus 3 times 5. And then we simplify that to look like 3 times 2x is 6x plus 3 times 5, which is 15, equal to negative 9. Move your numbers or get rid of the adding or subtracting first. So since 15 is being added, I'm going to subtract it from both sides. When I do that, I'm left with 6x is equal to negative, what is that one? Negative 24. And then you're going to divide both sides by 6 because the variable is being multiplied. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide. And negative 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. Okay, let's try a couple more in our notes. In the next one, we have 4 on the outside, 3b minus 7 on the inside of the parentheses is equal to 2. So first step, let's multiply that 4 into both pieces. So we have 4 times 3b minus 4 times 7. Simplify that. 4 times 3 is 12b minus 4 times 7 is 28 equal to 2. Now let's get rid of the subtraction piece by doing the opposite and adding. So we're going to add 28 to both sides. When we do that, we are left with 12b is equal to 28 plus 2, which is 30. And then to get rid of the 12, we're going to divide by 12. And this one, since it's being multiplied, is going to come out to not so nice of an answer, but you should get an answer of 2.5. Okay, let's try the next one. In the next one, we have distributive property first, so we're going to take that negative 2 and multiply it into both pieces. So we have negative 2 times x minus negative 2 times 3. Okay, be careful with your signs here. Simplify this, but be careful. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x minus negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So notice that that double negative there then becomes a plus, okay, equals negative 14. So since we have a plus 6, we need to get rid of the plus part first by doing the opposite and subtracting 6 from both sides. When I do that, I'm left with negative 2x is equal to negative 14 minus 6, which is negative 20. Divide both sides by the negative 2 to get rid of the negative 2 that's there. And you get x equals positive 10 for that one. And then this last one, it says you try. So I'll write this one out for you again so you have another example. First step, take that number on the outside, multiply it into both pieces until you get a two-step equation. So we've got negative 4 times 2x minus negative 4 times 3. Simplify this as much as possible, but pay attention to the signs. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x minus negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Remember, the double negative here is going to turn into a positive or a plus, is equal to 10. Now that you have a negative 8x plus 12, to get rid of the plus 12, we have to subtract it. When we subtract it from both sides, we've got negative 8x is equal to negative 2. And this one's going to be a not so nice answer as well. But in order to solve for this one, we're going to divide both sides by the negative 8 because I want to get rid of the negative 8 that's with the x. And when I do that, I get positive 0.25, also known as 1/4. Okay, so sometimes you'll get nice answers, sometimes you'll get not so nice answers, but always make sure that you're following the steps that are outlined for you here. Distributive property and then solving the equation. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.